Hi, I'm Nicolene from Let's Revamp Property Styling, and today I'm going to talk to you about paint color. How to choose paint for your house when you want to put it on the market and get it ready for sale. Where do you start? And yeah, how do you pick your paint? Now, we normally recommend when you're going to sell your property that you use neutral tones on your walls. The reason for that is when a buyer walks through your house, picking a wall color that would match majority of buyers' furniture, styles, is actually the end aim of your game. You want to make sure that your house presents in a way that they can just see themselves living there without having to change feature walls, if it's a very unique color, or without them going, oh, would my sofa dark colors actually work with these bright walls? So to be safe, on the safe side, is choose neutrals. Now, how do you choose it? There is such a massive variety of neutral colors out there. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. A lot of hardware stores nowadays have paint sections, or even your local paint shop. They have different paint suppliers, and the whole thing is, or idea is, just to get comfortable with the paints. A lot of them actually have kind of paint brochures or something similar to this, and I just recommend go and ask, someone that actually works at the shop and see if they actually do have or provide anything like this. Now, what this is an example of a paint supplier that basically made these great brochures. It just shows your different neutral tones. All right, on this side, just hold it up like that. On this side, you have your cool white and neutrals, and on that side, you have your warmer neutrals. To be on the safe side, I would recommend going for something more in the middle. If you actually opt for something that's on the cool shade side, it can actually make a home feel very cold, depending on the style of home. And on the other side, if you opt for a very warm color, these colors have more of a yellow undertone, and it can, in some ways, make the house seem a little bit dated. Now, cool tones work fantastic if you actually have a very tiny house or a tiny apartment and you just want to make it feel a bit more spacious, or if the rooms that you want to paint or the house that you're going to paint gets a lot of sun during the day. So then cool tones tend to just tone it down a bit and make it feel a bit cooler. And that's a great kind of shade for the summer as well. On the other hand, if you have a house that is constantly in shade and it's very cold, it's got a cold feel to it, warmer neutrals tend to actually give it a bit more of a warm feel. It has a bit more of an ambience as well. Some of these tones don't reflect light as well as the cool tones, and that's why it kind of gives it a bit more of a warm feel to it. Now, on a sheet like this, you can actually see how extreme the different shades compare to each other. You can go from basically blue undertone to a more yellow orangey undertone. And again, if you want to be on the safe side, choose something that's kind of in the middle of this range. Okay, so let's say now you've decided on 2 or 3 different neutral colors. Which one is the right one? I have a quick trick for you. Go to the paint shop or hardware store that sells paint and ask them for a sample pot. This is an example of a sample pot. And these are inexpensive, so you won't waste money when you actually buy it in small quantities. And that just gives you an idea of what the paint will look like on your walls. So pick a couple of shades or colors and then go get your sample pots. All right, Next thing is to get a blank sheet. You can get paper, but I would recommend trying to get cardboard that is a white color. And the reason for that, getting it as big or a size as you possibly can, it will actually work better. You get your paintbrush and you dip it into a sample pot and you paint the whole sheet with the one color. And you do the same with all your different sample pot colors. And what you do then is you basically stick the sheet that's painted on your wall, and you basically can put all the different sheets with all your different sample colors on the same wall. And I also recommend doing it on a wall that gets a lot of sun and replicating the same process throughout your house where there's an area that doesn't get a lot of sun, or maybe just midday sun, maybe up the stairs, down the stairs, any place that you can, so that you can get a feel of what the paint look like in your home. Live with it for a few days, walk around, and you will see how the light changes and whether you actually like the color that you see.